Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the webinar session for Cochrane translators. So the webinar, this webinar session will include topics for using Smartling for the works of translating the Cochrane summaries. So first of all, I would like to start from the very beginning of the translation initiative by showing you this website. This website is a Cochrane Summaries website, which is different from the Cochrane library, which probably most of you have seen that. In the Cochrane Summaries contain plain language summaries and also abstracts of systematic reviews, which are published in the Cochrane library or in the Cochrane database of systematic reviews. So only title, plain language summary, and then abstract. So looking at the kind of information, so we can see that the Cochrane summaries, information in the Cochrane summaries are targeted for public, for the public in general, in the sense for lay readers. Then now we have to agree on terminologies. Then we agree on having on using term record, which is to explain title, which include title, abstract, and then plain language summary. So we'll see how it look like. Like you can see here, this is the interface, the English interface of the Cochrane summaries. If you look at the right hand side, there are different languages to which information in the Cochrane summaries have been translated and published. And then we will try to search for some information in the Cochrane summaries. So for example, here I will write down in the search bar vaccines for influenza. So sorry that we go back here to the Cochrane summaries. Here is the search results. If you're using the word vaccines for influenza, you can see 116 records here, which consist of 116 titles, plain language summaries, and abstracts. So actually, every time Cochrane authors review their systematic reviews, every time Cochrane authors publish their systematic reviews, they are required to supply also plain language summary, which consists of words or terminologies which should be generally understandable by the public, which then published together with their systematic review, and then Cochrane summaries extracted that data, taken that plain language summary and put it in this website. So we have a look now and how it looks like generally. If you click this one of the record here, we will see this is the title, of course, and this is the authors which have written the systematic review and have authored the systematic review, and this is the date where the systematic review is published. And this uh, box contains the so-called plain language summary. As you can see here, probably generally it contains wordings which should be understandable by the public at large. As you can see that probably some of the terminologies are still difficult to be to understand. Cochrane is now working to improve its plain language summary. And then if you want to know more about the data, about what it says in the plain language summary, you can click the abstract in here, and the abstract, which is also written by the author, will be shown. Like in here, you will see the background, the objective, search strategy, selection criteria, data collection analysis, main results, and so on. Because this is the scientific abstract of it, so you will see more technical terminologies which are not easily understandable by lay readers. Like in the main results here, you will see many statistical terms. All right. So, so the initiative of translating Cochrane summaries uh, will cover translation of uh, again the plain language summary and abstract. It's not going to translate the whole systematic review. So it's going to translate only the plain language summary and the abstract. So now all translators which have volunteered in the translation effort will work through will work in a system called Smartling. So Smartling is an online platform that uh, accommodates all Cochrane translators to work. This is so-called crowdsourcing. So you involve many people around different part of the world to work together, and then Smartling helps to manage all the works in the translating each record in the Cochrane summaries. So how basically you will get in touch into Smartling is you first express that you will volunteer as a translator, and then I, as a project manager for this language, will assign you a Smartling account. Then when I assign you a Smartling account, an email will come to your mailbox, which will look like this email. You are invited to help translate Cochrane reviews, and then there will be some explanations down here, and then this email will contain a link. You just have to click the link. By clicking the link, then you will be taken to the Cochrane, the Smartling page that will allow you to get signed up and to and then by clicking that and following the subsequent instructions from Smartling, then you will be assigned an account, a translator's account. And then you can see here Smartling also have its support. So whenever you have questions or you have queries or you have problems in using your Smartling account, you can always contact the support staff in Smartling. Right. So now we have covered that how to sign up into Smartling. So I hope it's clear enough. So basically, every time a new translator is coming, so there will be a few emails coming to your mailbox. First email will be this one, which asks you to sign up into into Smartling, and then second email will be a welcome email from the uh, Malay translation mailing list. Right. Um, that the email will also contain some instructions, so you are advised to comprehensively read all parts in that email. Right. So now we will move to the next topic in this webinar, which is the workflow translations. Basically, how we manage the translation workflow in the for Malaysia may not be very different with other languages, whereby uh, as a translator, you are advised to work on uh, one record at a time, but you are always free to, if you think you can cope with more than one, you can always be free to tell me, and then you uh, will be requested to express which record, what title that you are interested to work on. This is advisably, this is the title which in which you are familiar with, not the title which is you are very unfamiliar. So then you understand the English terminology, and then understand how it should be translated into the right context in your language. So once you express which title, how you pick the title, and then which title are available, I will explain later. And once you have expressed which title you want to work on, and then through the Smartling account, I will assign you that title, right? And then you will need to in the smart in and then once I assign that title, so that title or that record which contains of the title, abstract, and plain language summary will be presented in your Smartling account. And then with your Smartling account, you will be able to translate the records completely. Then once you uh, are finished with translation, and once you think your translation is ready, then you can so-called push the button here to the next workflow stage, which means that you decide that that translation is complete and perfect, and then you will send it back to me, and then I will check it, and then now we are in planning of having an editor, which is from the language program. So then I will assign that uh, uh, translated records which you have translated into Malay into an editor that will check it, and then uh, during the editing process, some issues may be raised, some things may not be properly translated, and then the editor will probably raise some issue with that translation, and then it may be needed that the translation should be going back to the translators for further words, or probably the editor can just change the wordings, and then going back to me and say it's okay. And then once it's done with the editor, so it means it's ready for for publication, and then I will push the button for publication. Once a publication button has been pushed, and then in Smartling it will be stored in one separate section in Smartling, and then it will also be sent automatically to Archie. From Archie, it will be published in the Cochrane Summaries website. I have been informed that Bahasa Malaysia page has been ready, and then now we have several translated records in the pipeline. So I'm now working on making it publishable. But hopefully in the next few weeks we can see it published and have separate Bahasa Malaysia page in the Cochrane Summaries. Alright, so now you will see that a few, that's in general how the workflow will take place. You will see that there are the details you may need to know a little bit more technical details in each of the step. Like for example, in the very first stage, you will have to know how you can pick a title. All right. When you join to be a translator for the first time, I must have sent an email from using the Malay mailing list, Malay translator mailing list. So in that welcome email, I usually embed this link that goes to a Google spreadsheet. That Google spreadsheet contains titles, contains list of titles to be translated into Bahasa Malaysia. Alright, because it is a Google spreadsheet, then it is easy for everyone that have access to the link to change the document. Actually, that's the thing. So as you can see here, this is actually the how it looks like. If you have not got the link to the spreadsheet, I'm not giving it to you in the chat box of this training, which you can see. Oh, welcome to this who just attended. Okay, so I'm going back here. Again, because it's a Google spreadsheet is editable. I have set the mode into editable by anyone who have the link. As you can see here, there are 3 columns here: review title, rank, and then full text downloads. Rank is the rank of that titles in terms of the frequency of downloads in Malaysia. So this link is actually provided by this list is actually provided by Wiley, and they list up the titles based on how many times they are downloaded in Malaysia, the full text of it, the full text of systematic review of it. In the 4th column, you will see there is none here. So this is where you can write down your name. And then like what I'm doing now, I'm writing my name beside this title, Kolowitz versus Kristalowitz, for fluid resuscitation in critically ill patients. So by writing my name there, meaning that I claim that title, right? And then when I assign, then this means asking me to assign that title to you. Once I have assigned, then I will put here the word assigned. Then it means it has been assigned. This means then whoever access this link and look at the list of the titles here will not be able should not pick titles which has been picked by other translators. They should pick titles which are empty and has not been assigned to other translators. Right. So I should move it because I'm not going to do this. Right. See? So once you actually put your name there, then it will be it will be apparent. It will be seen by others. That will prevent others from taking that title. Right. So you can also actually work. You can also actually work offline, but which means that you may want to work first on Word and then work on the Smartling later. But whenever you do that, then you can also choose title through your search in the Cochrane Summaries directly. You can do that. You can always do that. Although I would always advise you to have a look at this title first, with this list of titles first, and then because that will be easier. But you can basically do that whereby you search any title in the search bar of the Cochrane Summaries, and then pick the title for your translation. But whenever you do that, please do inform me that you are working on that title, because then I will block that title for you, in order for everyone to prevent anyone else to taking that that title. Or I will check whether that title has actually been assigned to other translators. If it's already been assigned, then that will prevent you from working uselessly. Right. Now that's about picking up titles and get it assigned. So then once you pick the title, and then I will assign it to Smartling, and you will present it to your Smartling account. So now we look at the Smartling translator dashboard. This is how it looks like in the very front of it. And then if you click in progress, it means this is all works which you are supposed to work on, all records that you are supposed to translate. Right. So we will see here the pane is actually consisting of a few columns. These two columns, one of the columns is actually the original English version of the record, and the right column is the place where you can put in your translation for that particular record. So it means that this is the translation of this record. And then you will see here um, how you should translate. I will show you. Right. So um, for example, you would want to translate this one. So okay, first let's agree on the terminologies again. So let's say that uh, this one this one uh, group, we call it group, is called strings. All right. And then uh, if you click on the add translation button here, that will take you to a different view. That's basically if you want to translate that particular information. Something's not right, so I have to go out this, and then probably I will translate other ones. Alright, so it's, apparently the internet is a little bit slow. Sorry for that. Yeah, so, oh, welcome to the new attendees, Dr. Riza. So now this is how it looks like. I hope you can see uh, the monitor here. So then one string which you have decided to translate, this is the original English one, and then this is the one that you're supposed to translate. So you will see that the monitor will be divided into two. This is how it looks like, how it will look like in the website, and this is the pane for you to work on the translation. All right, and then you will notice that when I put in my translation here, you will see here in the left side is the original one, and in the right side is the place where you can put in your translation. And then how you will do that, it is advisable for you to actually use the help of machine translation from here, which is actually available. And then you will see there is a machine translation which will automatically translate whatever is in the left side. So then when you click it, then that translation from the machine translation will be automatically put there. But beware that whenever you use the help from machine translation, beware of two things. First is that the machine translation may contain a few, more than one version of the translation of that part. So you will have to go to the latest version of it, and then you can always try to match whether the translation is working fine or not, or you need to edit that. That's one. The second one is that beware that again that this is the machine who translate. Then it means that it always needs somebody, you, to actually edit that, right? So don't although this is very much helpful, I understand, but it always still needs the touch of humans to really make sure that the translation works fine. You will see that as you change this part, and then this part will also change. So this is how it will look like in the Cochrane summaries when it is after it is translated. And then you can work down here. So let's call it, if you call this strings, we may call this then one string. After you click the button add translation, it will go to this page, and then that string will be divided again into the so-called chunks. So we see here that one chunk usually consists of one sentence. And then if you go down here and then ask the help from translation machine, it will suggest you one translation, right? And then I can put it here, and then probably I can do some editing. Some satisfied with what has been translated by the machine, right? And then once I'm satisfied with my work here, I can click this button, the save button. Right, it's taking some time to save it. Okay, and then the translation saved statement appear. Then you will see that it's already translated in the website. But I can also tell you that this is actually not a live website. This is just a sample of it. This will give you some idea of how it will look like when your translation is finally published. But it's actually not a live website. You're not going to translate it live. So meaning that you're not going to be able to see it directly translated when you check the website after this. Right. It will still take some steps when it's finally published. All right. So now after save, and then you can go out by clicking this this button, and then you can work. Which one is I think this is the one that we have just translated. All right, and then now you can work with other strings with the same way. And then after you think that you are satisfied with uh, with this uh, translation, and then you can click this button, submit to next step. Once it is submitted to next step, then it will go back to me, and then I will assign an editor. I will assign that particular thing to the editor for some language editing. You see what is there. So uh, if you click this one, if you click this one directly, then it will automatically be submitted. But if you click this one, there are some options of command that you can use. If you are satisfied with what you have translated, you can always edit this, or you can even view instructions. Sometimes editor or me, I will give a special instructions for that particular string of what to do with that particular string. And then you can also write some issue here. For example, if you found some terminology which you are not sure what is the translation in Malay, then you can raise that issue and you can try to help you solve that issue. Or issue can also be raised by editor or by me. If I or the editor saw some translations may not be properly translated, then we can raise that issue, and then we can send it back to you for a better translation. And then the issues and then history, even you can also have a look at the history here. This will show you different versions of the translation and what issues has been raised for this particular string, etc. Right? Okay. I think that's it for using the buttons. Okay. So I've explained about strings and chunks. I've explained about the picking up title and get it assigned, and then also get some get help from the Google helps. And then now, although most of you will have to work only on one records at a time, meaning that only after you are certain that you have finished one record, then you can get assigned into the next record. But some other may choose to work on more than one records, and then some other may receive back what they have translated, that the editor may not be very satisfied with what you have translated. It means it will go back into this pane. So it can look messed up, meaning that the strings may mix up in between records, meaning what you see here may not belong to one particular record only, but may mix up with other records which you work together or which you receive back from the editor for some better translation. In order to identify, or if you want to really get only strings from one particular record, you can always use the search function. Like for example here, in this page of this translator, there are two different records. One is for factor XA inhibitors for acute coronary syndrome, and another one records from different titles, which I cannot recall here. Right. Okay. So if you want to get only strings from this title, you can always search that using, you can always copy paste the URL link here, copy that, and then use the search button, and then paste that URL in this URL search bar, and then click search. Then it will give you only strings in for that particular record or for that particular title only. Takes some time. Looks like the internet is not working slowly. All right. See here, these are the strings which are in this title only. So now you can work for it. All right. So and then I may need to go back a little bit about when I have assigned a title to you, then basically you will be notified through email, right? Then it will looks like this. It will look like this. Um, uh, an email like this will appear in your mailbox. New content is available for translation at Cochrane Reviews. So it means I have assigned one title in your Smartling account. Then you can access that email and you can click this. You can click this link in order to access your translation work in Smartling, or you can also access your translation work that I have assigned uh, by logging in into your Smartling account. Either way will do. Right. And then I will also show you another feature in the in Smartling, which sometimes can be sometimes can be confusing. Do you have questions or no? All right. Okay. It's probably really slow now. I'll try to log back into my Smartling account. All right. So I will try to log back in. It's not easy also. I really apologize for this. So it's apparently the connection is not working well this time. Is it Smartling? Oh, well, Google is working well. So it's probably the Smartling itself is not working well. All right. So it's apparently Google is working well, and Yahoo is also working well. Whenever we try to access Smartling, it's not working. It's not working. So I hope you can bear with me. while we solve this problem. It's not working. Okay, so in theory, I can probably explain two different things. All right. So you have seen that search bar. Oh, okay. Sometimes in the Cochrane summaries, you will see some words appear in italic, or some words appear in bold. So now you would want to know how Smartling works on that, right? So usually when uh, the word is in italic or in bold, then Smartling will separate that word. So let's say we have one sentence uh, uh, with the middle word should be italic, and then that one sentence is supposed to be present in one chunk only, but because the middle word should appear in italic, then uh, that sentence will be divided into three subchunks. The first word, and then the second word, and then the last word. That's because that's because Smartling needs to make it italic for the uh, for the middle word, right? So then that's how it works. So when you see three different subchunks for one particular sentence, so don't worry about that. So it means that you just click on that chunk, on that subchunks, and then you will see that in the left side the English word will be highlighted, which part should get into that subchunk, and then that's how it usually works. So if any word should be italic, then it will be separate. That's one. And another one is how to um, acknowledge translators and then editors and then your institutions, right? So for every records, at the end of every records, you will have um, acknowledgement, or not acknowledgement. You will have translation note, right? So as you work along the translation of every record, at the end of it, you will always find translation record. So in the translation record, you will be asked to include your name as a translator or your name as an editor, and then you will be also asked to put in your institution, which university you come from or which institution you come from, and then you will also be asked to put your email. So it means that for any queries with regards to this translation, please contact your email, in bracket translator, in Bahasa Malaysia, of course, penerjemah, and then uh, uh, this other email in bracket editor or penyunting, uh, for some more information if it's needed. So then probably Malay readers would want to know more about that. So they can also contact you instead of contacting the authors, which they have to write in English. You can always contact you if they want to write in Bahasa Malaysia. All right. So apparently it's not working until now. So I hope I have made myself clear about especially about the two last things. But I can now open the session for question and answer if you have questions about what I have informed. You can either say it on your mic because I didn't mute your mic, or you can also put the question in the chat box on there. Really sorry for the last two things I have not been able to explain live. I think the internet works just fine. It's just this Smartling website may not work fine. So that happens sometimes, and you will have to contact support Smartling, or contact me, or contact Juliana you, if you want. All right. No question. Okay. If no questions, that I may be able to complete the session. Or you can always email me. You have all my email for asking me any questions if you have. And now you know basically the whole process of how translation work is being done. And, thank you very much for your attention and participation in the webinar. So then you can always communicate through email, through any means possible. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.